Hello and welcome to another new episode of Learning Simplified. In this tutorial, we will be knowing about the UI shape used in UI Semantic. Now, UI shapes are often used to display some special contents in some specially fabricated manners. We can see that this is another cube here, and the same thing happens if we click on this down arrow. The cube practically flips down. The similar thing happens here if we flip up. This is the flip left, this is the flip right, and this is flip over into some definite directions. So this is the thing that we will be discussing on in this tutorial, and we will be adding some added spice to it. So this is what we are going to know from these two back-to-back videos, which will be discussed, which will be covered up into this definite tutorial. Stay tuned. Now let's head back to our text editor, and as we can see that so far we have created all the required things right over here. We have created the accordion, we have created the sidebar toggle animation, and then we had used the UI Semantic dimmer classes into our project so far. Now we will be using the UI Semantic shapes, and in the very first place, all we are going to do, as usual, we will be creating this container class. Next, we will be creating out this grid class. Then comes the row. Then comes the column. So everything will be in place. This is due to the fact that we want to keep our content at the middle of our page, not in the extreme left or in the extreme right position, and that is why whatever we try to do, we will try to keep it within a definite container. Now so far we have created all these things right over here, and we have created a single column UI grid with a definite container. Now if we head back to their official website, we can see that there goes the code right over here. We may make a usage of it, or we may create of our own in an accordance to UI Semantic code. To lessen our time, we will be copying it. We will be heading back to our text editor, and here we will be pasting it. So we can see that we have practically created each and everything required right over here, and here goes the code. In the first case, we can see that we are practically able to create a UI cube shape, inside which we have created the div class sides, and then we can see that we have created an active side, which side to be focused on in the preliminary case. So first of all, let's press Ctrl S and let's head back to our project and reload, and we can see that it is already on. But on the other hand, we can see that nothing really changes. If we click on it, we can see that nothing really happens right down over here. The side which is shown to us is one which we had placed as the active side. So if we now remove this class from here, for say we have removed this active class from here, let's head back to our project, and we can see that the cube is gone because there's practically nothing to show up into your page. So nothing will be shown right over here, and that is why we need to use this class, active class. Reload, and you can see that the cube is turned back. The next thing that we are going to do in the next case, this is the UI container. Now we will be creating another container inside which in the next case we will be creating a row, and in the next case we will be creating a column. Again the same procedure, and inside we will be creating some button with some definite classes like this UI red button right over here, and within this button we will be creating a separate ID for, say, in the first place we will be naming it as roll back up. So we have created it. In the next case, let's copy it. So this is the red one, this should be the green one, this should be the ID, roll back down. Next we'll be using an olive one. Next this one will be roll back right, and we'll be using some separate color class here. Next we'll be putting an orange, or for say pink button. This is the roll back flip right. Next we'll be creating an orange button which we'll be naming as roll back flip left. So we have created all these buttons right over here, and on the other hand we are able to use some kind of icons here. Now in their icon classes we can see that these are some typical icons right over here, like this is the angle down, angle left, angle right. So in the first place we will be using a definite icon of angle up. We will be using this class here. There it goes. This is the angle up class, and it will be using an icon class too. Now we will be copying them as a whole, and we will be using it right over here. This is the angle down icon. This is the angle left. This is the angle right. Now we'll be needing some separate icon sets for this flip right or flip left options. Let's head back here, and for say we'll be using this caret square left. Let's copy them. And of course this one will be caret square right. So let's press Ctrl S, head back to our project and reload, and we can see that everything comes in right in the point.